Maybe here, beast, 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 beast. Hey, what it do? It's your boy Mayp, man, back with a tutorial on mixing the beat. Hey, I hope you're being well, man. Hey, it's a bit of a breeze out there where I am anyway. So it's early in the morning. Well, it's not early in the morning. It's actually 1 p.m. during the day. I thought it's morning because of the weather, but anyway. So today I'm gonna cover a tutorial on sidechaining the drum sounds or drums to your bass, right? Someone's gonna say, oh well, the bass is part of the drum, so what? No, never mind that. What I'm basically saying is sidechaining your snare, your kick, your hi-hats, those sounds, those drums to the bass. So what I am going to do today, I'm going to show you how to do it, because there are a number of ways to do it. Honestly, to be honest, like any other thing in the creative space, there's no one way of doing it, right? Those that I know there are people who are doing some amazing things out there that are unusual and still get the job done with them. But you can use the peak controller, the FL Studio peak controller. I believe you can use that for sidechaining. You can use the old school method of the EQ, the parametric EQ, where you just open up a space for the kick to hit on the other sounds and all of that. I feel like it's old school, it's nice, you know what I mean? But for a lot of people who are introduced to FL Studio through the new versions, the automated versions of FL Studio, it's only best that we use now methods that are known today, because the EQ thing is old school. But today I'm going to show you how to use the Fruity Limiter to sidechain the drums to the bass, so that you don't have the bass overpowering your sounds. Okay. You can sidechain anything to anything, by the way, on FL Studio. Just that the most common ones are these, the bass and the drums, so that everything stands out and you can still have a nice, crisp, powerful bass without overpowering all the other sounds. So anyway, for now I'm just going to show you how to do it with the snare, the kick, and the hi-hats. So what you just see me do there, it's I was sidechaining the kick to the bass, right? This is my bass, the CRT 808, the one kick bass. The one K kick is a very nice kick, by the way, from the Wave Supply bundle. I forgot. Yeah, it's the Wave Supply bundle. I think all my sounds that I used here, except for the hi-hats, the hi-hats are going to be part of my upcoming drum kit. I'm yet to say when it's going to drop, because I know people are still waiting on my album as well. The instrumental album is going to come through, I promise you. They just have been having difficulty with the technical stuff. But anyway, let's get down to it. So you have the snare, you have the clap, you have the kick, you have the hi-hats, and then don't worry about the melodies on the on channel number 1. Those are just put together. This entire thing I just put together for the sake of the tutorial, but the melodies were for the sake of the so that it makes sense. So I won't do anything with the melodies. I'm just going to let them play with the beat so that you can hear it. Anyway, let's get down to it. You had that, and forgive the crackling my feet. I don't know if my audio is gonna come out well or all of that, but if it doesn't, I'm gonna make sure to when I speak of the important parts, I'm gonna pause everything so that you can save the processor. Guys, my CPU is taking a whole lot of strain with this FL Studio. But anyway, plus I think it's the video recorder as well, the screen recorder as well is quite heavy. So let's get down to it. I'm gonna add. So you're gonna sidechain your sound to the bass, and then you are gonna add on the effect channel, on the effect side of the mixer, you're gonna add your limiter on the bass. And then once you add your Fruity Limiter, you're gonna open up the Fruity Limiter and then select the compression side of the limiter, and then you're gonna have a sidechain option here. And then you right click on it. So that took a while to think of that, because I swapped my mouse button, so I don't want to throw you off or anything. You're gonna right click on it, right, like normal people do. I don't know why I swapped my mouse buttons, but anyway, you're gonna right click on it and then left click select. once you right click on it, any sound that you have sidechained to the bass or whatever sound might be at that time are going to be here. Once you right click on it, you're going to see all the sounds. So for now, I've sidechained the kick to the bass, and that is what I'm going to select. And then if you hear a breezy sound in the recording, it's my PC fan. I'm sorry about that. It's my computer. So anyway, the knee and the ratio, right? The knee and the ratio, it's up to you how you do it. There's no one way of doing them. However, I prefer opening them up all the way and then just control everything with the threshold. This is the threshold, right? So I'm going to play it, and then let me solo the kick and the bass so that you can hear what it is that I'm doing, and you can see what's going on here. That's the nice thing about the limiter, right? You can see the side chaining happen. So I'm going to play it. Guys, forgive me for the crackling sound again. I'm going to try not to speak while I'm doing all of this so that I don't mess up, so that you can hear the important things. Okay, now look at that, right? Look at that. When the kick hits, right, the magic happens. When the kick hits, it suppresses the bass right where it hits, and then once it lets go of the bass. As you can see here, it hits, and then as the kick goes out, the bass comes in again. But it happens so fast you can hardly hear the difference. More so if you didn't do it to the extreme, because some people just do it very extremely. But I prefer just not make it. Depends on your mix again, anyway, and the genre you do. But the I think the tricks are the same. Just change your what to your what. So yeah, you can see what is happening there. You can clearly see what is happening when the kick hits, and then when the kick hits, it doesn't get disturbed by the bass because it's given room. You can see the purple part. You know what I mean? This is the wave of the kick. This is the purple part. I'm assuming is the space, the room given to the kick, and then there's the bass. You know what I mean? So everything just stands out. The bass doesn't hit on top of the kick, nor does the kick hit on top of the bass. So they don't clash. You know what I mean? They don't clash. The kick pushes back. The bass pushes back. The kick comes in, just like that. You know what I mean? That's why you can hear the kick nicely and the bass nicely in the mix. Professionally mixed sounds. That's why it sounds so nice, especially trap. So that's that. And then as for the envelope part of this, right? I will not touch on it, right? The release, the attack, the sustain, all of that. I will not touch on it for now. It's going to take too long. But if you feel like you want to know something about these, let me know, and then I'm going to do a tutorial just solely on the Fruity limiter, so that I can cover everything, including the noise gate, how it works, because I normally use mostly on my vocals, this and then all of that. So anyway, if you want to know, you let me know, and then I'm going to cover it. Now, to move to the snare and the clap, right? Since my snare and my clap are doing the same things, just balancing one another, let me play them. You can see that, right? What you see here, channel number 7, this is the bass channel for both the snare and the clap, so that the side chaining won't, so that I don't need to individually side chain them to the bass. Bassing is very nice, especially for sounds like these. For sounds that work together, best to just bass them to the same sound as much as the vocals and all of that. So I'm going to do the same thing, select my channel, my snare channel, and then come to the bass channel, below the bass channel and then just click on this arrow and then select sidechain to this track, and then come to the limiter. It's going to be the same process. You can see the snare and the clap peaking. Yeah, there they are. You know what I mean? I'm going to show you the extreme version. You saw that. Same principle, same process. Oops. It just helps everything stand out a bit more. You know what I mean? It just helps everything stand out a bit more. Now I'm going to move to my hi-hat. Option, sidechain to this track. sidechain, hi-hat rolls. So normally, depending on the kind of sound you sidechain, as you can see, I pushed the threshold quite low, but you still cannot see the hi-hats peaking on the line above, right? You see the blue line, that's the threshold line. You can see I pushed it quite well. It's for, I guess, for music theory, it's low, it's very low. So I pushed it quite down, as you can see. So basically what it means, even if you cannot see the waves peaking here, this is where my hi-hat hits, right? On the blue line. So my hi-hat will not be overpowered by the bass. As far as the hi-hat is concerned, this is the hi-hat, by the way. I think you can see it, the wavy things. Yeah. As far as the hi-hat is concerned, this is how far the bass goes, the volume of the bass, right? On the blue line. As far as the hi-hats are concerned, according to them, this is how far the volume goes. So this volume over here above the line does not disturb the hi-hats, because as far as they are concerned, this is where the volume is. I don't know if I make sense, but yes. Now, with that being done, I'm going to play the entire beat again so that you can hear how everything just stands out nicely. And then I cranked up the bass on purpose so that you can see the power of sidechaining, right? Can you hear that? The bass is way high. I think it's even clipping. It's way high. Very high, but it doesn't overpower the hi-hat. Imagine the hi-hat, something as small as the hi-hat. It doesn't bully the hi-hats. I like my hi-hat standing out, although in the mix they are going to be below everything more often than not. They are going to be below everything else, but I still need them to be present. You need to hear them. You know what I mean? Just because they are the little guys in the room doesn't mean you have to now, push them to the back and no one. No, they can be at the back, so that at a safe place, put them at a safe place. They are the little ones. And then the big old bass shouldn't bully them. That's what the sidechaining is for, right? Sidechaining is for that. I know there's someone out there like, why is he speaking to us like kids? Yeah, I'm just trying to make a point. I hope I make sense though. So that's basically it actually. Going further would be a lie. I'd be lying. That's just basically the trick to sidechaining. You know what I mean? There are more advanced ways of doing this. I can tell you that much. There are more advanced ways, and you can go deeper, even on the envelope side of the limiter, as I showed you, the release, the attack, the sustain, and all of that. But if you want to know all of that, let me know, and then I'm going to make a tutorial on the Fruity limiter and what it's capable of, right? That's it for now. This is it for this video, and I hope that you're going to come back to another video with your suggestions next time, because for this one, since I was starting up my first channel, my first tutorial, I just thought of the sidechaining because I know a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people were telling me about that, people that have been giving tips to, and people that have been tutoring from time to time with the beat making and all of that. So make your suggestions, let me know what else to cover. And disclaimer, I know a lot of people want to know what I do to my vocals. People go crazy over the quality of my vocals, but what I'm going to tell you is that for now, I'm going to give priority to suggestions surrounding beat making and beat mixing. Okay, why? Because it wouldn't make sense for me to do a tutorial on vocal processing when you don't know how to mix a beat in the first place, right? It wouldn't make sense for you to learn how to properly process vocals if you don't know how to mix the beat, because the quality of the beat mix goes hand in hand with the quality of the vocals. You cannot have a crappy beat and good quality vocals. The song won't make sense. It's still going to sound crappy. If you have crappy vocals and a nice beat, still it's going to sound crappy. You know what I mean? They need to have a balance. So hence I'm going to, for now, I don't know for how long, but for now, maybe the first couple of videos we're going to tackle beat making before I move to the vocal side of it. Okay, thank you for for watching this video. Thank you for supporting Buffett, and let's keep on going, right? This is the first video. Let's do more videos, right? Let's just line up and do another 100 to come and all of that, right? Love you, Buffett. Thank you for the support. It's your boy MP Beast, and I promise you the album is coming through. I will not let you down. I will not let you down. I will not let you down. I know you heard me, and I know you know I meant it, right? Love you all, Buffett, man.